Sakafet! Welcome to the first Students Rebuild live webcast this fall. We are currently, my name is Grace Lau with Students Rebuild and Global Nomads Group. We are currently in Port-au-Prince, Haiti, doing this live broadcast at a school called École Elie Dubois. It is a historic campus here in downtown Port-au-Prince, and we're currently in what used to be the cafeteria. Behind me sits the rubble from the roof, and we're here for a very important reason today. On January 12th, 36 seconds had forever changed this country, Haiti. The Ghetto, as they call it here, or the earthquake, had displaced 1.2 million people from their destroyed or damaged homes. Now, that amount of people are currently living in tent camps. The UN also estimated that 5,000 schools were destroyed or damaged from the earthquake, leaving up to 2.5 million Haitian children without access to schools. School officials officially reopened for the 2010-2011 school year this past month. For those fortunate enough to go back to school, they are returning to school conditions never experienced before, from borrowing school facilities to sharing temporary classrooms with other schools. You see here images of Port-au-Prince 10 months after the earthquake. As you can see, much of the streets are still covered in rubble. Public spaces are filled with tent camps. So again, imagine all of the local parks and public spaces in your community transform into tent camp residency. Students Rebuild is a partnership between the Bezos Family Foundation, Global Nomads Group, and Architecture for Humanity. It's an opportunity for young people around the world to come together to create teams and fundraise to rebuild stronger, safer, and permanent schools for their Haitian peers. We have a very exciting program for you today, where we'll be speaking with Haitian youth, and you'll see their determination and their resiliency. In addition, we're going to have a live progress report update from the folks at Architecture for Humanity. But before we begin, I want you all to take a quick look at the poll function on your chat box. On the bottom right-hand corner, you're going to see a little icon that says poll. Go ahead and click on it and answer the following question. What percentage of people in Haiti are under the age of 25? Is it A, 20%, B, 40%, C, 60%, or D, 80%? So go ahead and put your thoughts in right now, and we're going to revisit this question at the end of the program. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and start. We have two very, very special students here with us today. We have an opportunity to speak to two young women whose lives will be directly impacted by the Students Rebuild program. They are currently high school seniors here at École Elie Dubois. Before I begin, we're just going to show a short video to introduce them to you.
Eh oui, mes cafétéria nous, hein? Et puis nous te kon chita manger, bay blague. Nous te kon te gen comme si de quoi si on besoin acheter petit gâteau, petit surette. Là c'était cafétéria, c'était vraiment belle. Te gen vite.
You see, it's my house where I'm living after the earthquake. Before the earthquake, I had my house where I'm living in peace. After the earthquake, I'm living here. You see the situation after the earthquake, all people become poor. And it's my way.
So it is my honor to introduce these two young ladies, high school seniors here at École Elie Dubois. We have Dean and Jeanette. So thank you so much and welcome. So I think everyone here wants to know, what is life like as a teenager in Haiti? Who wants to answer first? Maybe Jeanette.
Bonjour. Ben, la vie yon jeune adolescent en Haïti, c'est pas du tout facile. Donc, contrairement aux étudiants américains, que yo même yo gen éducation qui gratis, nous même c'est vraiment dur, c'est pour un jeune comme si gen éducation en Haïti. Et donc ça m'a été qu'à dire encore différence qui gagne que yo même yo gen accès à technologie, nous même nous pas gain. Donc c'est rare pour un jeune étudiant une possibilité pour les, quand, utiliser Internet alors que jeunes américains ont gain. Merci.
Hi, my name is Jeanette. She said life like a teenager in Haiti, it's not easy. It's very hard. There's a lot of difference between a teenager in American and a teenager in Haiti. In American we pay for education. We don't pay for education, but in Haiti we pay much money to get education. Thank you.
So, can you tell us about some of the differences you feel between, besides the cost of education, of what life is like as a teenager? What do you guys do for fun on the weekends? For example, in America, students play video games, they go to the mall and go shopping, they watch movies. When you have spare time, how do you spend that time?
We're gonna begin with Jeanette.
Qu'est-ce que je dois dire? Quelle est ta question?
On dit pour toi comment tu te sens comme un jeune adolescent en Haïti et aux Amériques. Contrairement à nous en Haïti, les étudiants ont la capacité d'avoir des jeux, aller sur les sites internet et des jeux comme le basketball, le baseball. Et toi, comment tu te sens avec l'éducation qui est
c'est vraiment regrettable que pour moi-même jeune haïtien que moi pas gain accès à tant de choses ça alors que nous c'est jeunes, nous c'est jeunes. Donc moi c'est vraiment regrettable. Donc ça m'a été quand dit moi senti étudiant inférieur à eux-mêmes parce que à l'âge de 18 ans moi était de faire comme si on paquet de bonnes bagailles, moi était de connaître que moi pensais que moi était de aller dans musique, dans théâtre alors que eux-mêmes dès l'âge de 14 ans, 13 ans si je me trompe pas et que ont accès à toutes choses ça. Donc c'est vraiment moi senti qu'on gain infériorité par rapport à eux. Merci.
they feel she feels a such inferiority between the American teenager and her like a Asian teenager. Think it's not the same. In American, the teenager feel good. There's a lot of they have access to internet, but in Haiti it's not the same thing. In Haiti we are poor. We have dream, but we can we don't have possibility to make to material that does dream. And for me, I can say a teenager in Haiti is carrying a brother. In Haiti, when we are teenager, people think when we are teenager we are freedom and we can do anything, but it's not the really. When we are teenager, we are proud to be teenager, but we have a lot of dream. We don't have possibility to do what we can do as a teenager. Unlike a adult who has children to take care of, but we don't have, as a teenager we don't have children to take care of us. Those children, but we have our dream. We take care of our dream and we don't have possibility to materialize that dream. Thank you.
Thank you, Diodine and Jeanette. So it sounds like as a teenager here in Haiti, what differs from being a teenager in the States is the lack of opportunity to bring to fruition the dreams and hopes that they have for their lives here. For example, here in Haiti, as a teenager, the fine balance between having the freedom to discover yourself, to relax and listen to music and have fun might not necessarily be there. From what I understand in previous conversations, you become a child to an adult in a very short time. So the youth culture doesn't necessarily exist.
Yes.
Okay, great. So maybe you can talk about some of your hopes and dreams with us today. Your personal hopes and your personal dreams.
On va parler pour de la vie personnelle ou de rêve ou bien.
Rêve moi tellement grand, moi tellement grand rêve moi dire que est-ce que moi toujours poser cette question, est-ce que m'a gain temps pour moi faire, est-ce que m'a gain temps pour me réaliser rêve moi. Puis grand rêve moi c'est venir un diplomate. Mais c'est un problème parce que parents pas gain comme si pas gain moyen vraiment pour payer diplomatie pour moi. Imaginez-vous de 0 jusqu'à maintenant j'ai 18 ans, je suis en terminale et que c'est vraiment difficile pour payer écolage là. Donc moi mettez dans tête mais est-ce qu'il y a bien assez d'argent pour payer diplomatie? Donc c'est vraiment ça t'a vraiment regrettable si je suis un diplomate mais ça pas empêcher tout ça pas empêcher me arriver côté me voulais arriver. Donc si moi pas venir un diplomate c'est sûr que m'a pris un bagage quand même. Donc moi pense que moi tellement de rêve et monsieur est certain que va réaliser parce que on est né champion. Donc on devient champion. Donc moi pense que un champion pas jamais lâcher bataille donc m'a gourmé pour m'arriver on bagage quand même et m'a gourmé pour rêve moi réaliser. Merci.
She said she has a lot of dreams and she always wonders, will I have time to realize all those dreams? The bigger dreams of her is to become a diplomat, but his parents don't have money to pay that class for her. But that can't stop her to work hard to get his future because it's just in the future, and she will do all what she can to get his future. And according to me, my dream is to be an important person for the world. I'd like to be an important person for the world. I'd like to help people to do all what an important person in this life do. You understand? And my bigger dream is to be an important person. I'd like to learn all the things in the world. I'd like to be a doctor, engineer, a doctor to take care of a person. Engineer to build houses for some others, and in my country there's no way, we don't have possibility to realize our dream. But I hope I'm a teenager, I can work, I'm strong, and I hope I will realize my dream. Thank you.
What do you think are some of the challenges, obstacles that are keeping you from realizing your dream?
Ben, premier obstacle qui m'empêche de réaliser rêve moi c'est dans la société m'a vivre dans. Donc m'a vivre dans une société en tant que jeune étudiante, moi pas jeune encadrement, moi pas jeune temps de possibilités. Alors que jeune comparativement à jeunes étudiants aux États-Unis, il y a une possibilité depuis dans classe terminale. Bon, disons que depuis l'école, il y a déjà commencé à faire. Donc, moi, je pense que c'est un manque d'encadrement, un manque de possibilités qui fait que qui a empêché. Moi, pas dit qu'a empêché non, qui a empêché rêve réaliser. Donc, du côté de parents, donc c'est une question d'argent. Mais concernant conseil, support moral, oui, il y a comme si il y a aidé. Mais c'est une question d'argent du côté de parents. Merci.
She said, I think the challenge would keep me to realize my dream is a current of money, but my parents don't have money, and I don't know how will I do and what will I do to realize my dream. Thank you. And according to me, I know in life there are always difficulty, but I'm not afraid of difficulty. I always say in my mind, difficulties come to make me stronger. You know, I'm 19. In my life, I meet a lot of difficulties, but I'm not afraid. I always up day by day. If I meet difficulty, it will make me stronger. If now I have one dream, the difficulties come to give me 2 dreams, and another day 3 dreams, and I hope I will realize all my dreams. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeanette, and thank you, Diadine. I can certainly say that you two have been you two are very important people in the world. And Diadine actually opened her home to us and gave us a little bit of a tour in terms of where she lives and a little bit about her life. And you can see that on the video library at studentsrebuild.org website. So thank you for giving us a window into your world. It's a very unique opportunity for us. So my question actually is, how has all of your hopes and dreams changed? How has your day-to-day changed since the earthquake? But before you answer that question, I want to invite all of our viewers to chat with us and send in questions as this program is happening. And then Diadine and Jeanette can answer some of your questions you might have for them on the spot. Or if you want to send them a few words of encouragement as well to let them know that you hear them and you're thinking about them. All right, so what are some of the difficulties since the earthquake?
Ben, après tremblement de terre là, difficulté moi rencontré c'est ça rapport avec santé. Déjà depuis naissance moi c'est un petit monde qui très maladive. Donc après tremblement de terre là, moi été risqué entrer à la folie. Donc si c'est pas aide maman, aide parents, donc là nous pas ta frère moi ta folle. Et puis difficulté qui bon difficulté difficulté que moi côté c'est à propos de éducation. Moi pas qu'à adapter même jambe de qu'on adapter même genre éducation et études moi avant. Donc c'est difficile pour m'étudier, c'est difficile pour me faire devoir, tout le temps sous tension, tout le temps en migraine. Donc c'est vraiment dur pour moi. Moi ma pensée dire est-ce que m'a privé vraiment? Et c'est m'a privé donc et c'est tellement de ça quand obstacle à rêve moi et c'est quand barrière à rêve moi. Donc difficulté c'est moi pense que moi pas peur. Moi pas peur donc moi penser m'a privé quand même m'a surmonter difficulté ça concernant la santé concernant un cerveau. Donc merci.
Gina said my difficulty is after the earthquake I know I would be crazy, but my mom helped me, and because of him, I'm here to talk to you. We thought my mom I would be crazy, she said. And the earthquake has a big impact on his school life. After the earthquake, she can study lessons, and she can remind of that she come just to study. It's the big difficulties for her. And for me, Diandine, after the earthquake, all my life changed. I was in my house, and my house has been fallen. I'm living under a tent. It's one difficulty for me. But for my school, after the earthquake, I know oh my God, what will I become? What will happen to me after the earthquake? I know all the things go bad, but you know something. I keep cool as a cucumber because I know to get my dream I have to work. The earthquake can't work for me. The work I have to work to get my life. The earthquake come just to destroy my life, but I have to work to get my life. The only thing I have to do is to work. And other difficulties, I study my lesson because I know education has a big importance in the life. If I don't study, what will I become in the future? I have to study to become an engineer. I have to study to become a doctor. You know, I meet a lot of difficulties, but those difficulties are stronger than me. I'm stronger than those difficulties, and with those difficulties I become stronger, and I hope I become stronger. You know, I become stronger. If yesterday I knew everything go bad, today I know everything go well for me. Thank you.
All right, so you need to stay as cool as a cucumber, Dean. Sounds good. So we actually have a question from a viewer, and I think you already answered it, but what is your inspiration in your life? What inspires you to keep going and what inspires you to move forward? You mentioned, Dean, that you have to have the strength to move forward. But what are those sources of motivation to ensure that you're pressing on?
Can you repeat it for me, please?
You mentioned that studying and education is important because you want to become an important person in this world. What is your motivation? What inspires you to keep going even through the difficulty? What inspires you to keep going?
We start with Gina.
Ben, malgré tremblement de terre là, motivation moi centré dans éducation, il centré comme si dans force moi, comme si dans origine moi. Moi dire que moi sorti dans un peuple qui brave. Donc c'est pas un petit tremblement de terre qui va empêcher me river mon moi vle. Donc c'est sûr et certain que m'a travailler en pile, m'a surmonter problème, m'a surmonter tout obstacle qui était gagné pour me venir au monde demain. Bon, pour bien dire centre motivation il était dans éducation, entourage moi que les me dit entourage moi mes amis, mes parents, donc c'est eux qui motivent. C'est eux qui motivent pour me dire que pas décourager June, tu peux arriver. Donc c'est pas un tremblement de terre qui a empêché arriver quand on veut arriver. Merci.
Gina said, the earthquake came and destroyed all what I had, but the earthquake didn't destroy my life. it gave me a look, and I can continue. I can realize my dream. Yes, the earthquake destroyed all what I had, but I have my life, and with my life I can do all what I can. My motivation for the future. I know I have a dream, and to realize my dream I have to work. I work. I do all what I have to do to realize my dream. That's the earthquake can destroy all my life. Thank you.
I'm just sitting here, just listening to you ladies, and completely awestricken by your sense of inner strength. You know, I love how you said, yes, the earthquake destroyed what I have, but it doesn't destroy me. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is the sign of true resiliency.
And I can say something?
Yes, but just real quick, Carl from San Francisco wants to send his regards to you guys. So Carl is one of the people we work with in San Francisco. He says hello. Dean, I know you do want to say something, but we have one more question I would like for you to answer, and then we're going to keep moving. I guess a couple more. Okay, so Dean, this question's for you. Would you leave Haiti to realize your dreams? And if so, would you return?
Can I see the question?
Would you leave Haiti?
Haiti to realize your dreams? If so, would you return? I think that's person for that question. You know, Haiti is my country. My country is a poor country. There's a lot of things I'd like to get. My country can offer me that. Okay? If I know what I need, I can find it in other country. I don't have problem to leave my country. But I'd like to see my country developing, I have to return. Without forget that country we pushed me up. Okay? If I know in America, I will find what I have to learn to get to do my life like I'd like to realize my dream. I don't have problem to leave my country. I will go. And after learning, I will be grateful. And to help my country to become not a rich country, but to know development, I will return in my country. I don't have problem. Thank you.
Great. Thank you. And I want to, before we wrap up with the ladies at Ellie Dubois, I want to ask them if there is one message you can send to the viewers who are watching right now about young people in Haiti. What message do you want to send to them?
We are going to begin with Jeanette. What message?
What message?
Thank you. You know, I know we are in a poor country, and I'm not the only in that country. There's a lot of teenagers like me. After the earthquake, I knew a lot of difficulties, but I keep cool. I keep faith. Like me, you have to be strong. Okay, I know there's a lot of difficulties in Haiti. A lot of uncountable. But you have to be stronger than those difficulties. Stronger. You don't have to say, I'd like to be this, I'd like to be that. Don't stay without doing anything. You have to work. You have to work following your dream. It's my message. You know, when you are strong, there's anything you can do. Thank you.
Tu peux répondre moi
pour l'autre jeune haïtien qui attend yo.
Message moi t'a aimé. Message moi t'a aimé pour tout jeune haïtien qui attendait mieux c'est message suivant. Moi t'a aimé dire que malgré toute difficulté au gain pour rentrer dans la vie pas lâcher prise. Connais que la vie a fait de difficultés. Donc c'est à vous-même pour surmonter pour arriver côté où aller. Pas quitter monde dire le contraire de toi-même. Donc c'est pour qu'on tête tout qui côté où aller. Donc c'est vraiment important pour qu'on ait on estime de soi, pour gagner on estime de soi pour dire que je peux et je veux. Donc dès qu'on dit que ou capable et vous voulez et vous mettez bon Dieu dans vous, donc c'est sûr qu'il va priver. Donc pas quitter personne nous dire que le contraire de toi-même. Merci.
Jeanette said, don't be afraid of difficulties. In life, there's always, don't think while you are living, you will meet difficulties in your life. With those difficulties must to come just to feed your life, to feed your dream. Okay? To feed your dream. And yes, you are going to meet difficulties, but you have to trust in yourself. I know what I can do, and while I dream, while I can, I want. Okay, I can do what I want. I know you will meet difficulties in the life, but you don't have to be afraid. There's any in all the world you will meet difficulty. You leave Haiti to go in United States, you will meet difficulty. Yes, it's not the same thing because a poor country and a rich country, you know, but you will always meet difficulty. Be always strong. Be always strong. Don't forget that, and trust in what you can do. Don't say I can't. You can.
All right, this girl is on a roll, as cool as a cucumber. Thank you, Jeanette and Diandine, for displaying what it means to be resilient young people living amidst extremely difficult and extraordinary circumstances. It's a pleasure speaking with you today. And to find out more, please visit the video library on our website, studentsrebuilt.org. You'll be invited into Diandine's house and just to learn a little bit more about her life there. Before I move on to the next segment, I want to remind you about the poll question. Please click on the lower right-hand button and answer the question: what percentage of people are under the age of 25 here in Haiti? All right, so moving on, Architecture for Humanity is a partner of the Students Rebuilt initiative. They are a nonprofit design service firm based in San Francisco, California, but they currently have an office here in Haiti. They're working on school reconstruction. They've been working on school reconstruction here in March. And before I begin our two featured guest speakers, we'd just like to show you a short clip of what they have been doing here in Haiti.
Hey, I'm Skendi Kernizan, working with Architecture for Humanity on the ground in Haiti. We are currently at the office right now in Port-au-Prince. It's a mixture of both architects and engineers here on the ground, students and professionals as well in the field. And we're here to design both housing and schools, mainly schools in Haiti that have been destroyed since the earthquake on January 12th. Right now we have a couple of projects ready to go into construction. Some projects we just got in, so we're doing some design work still on them. But as the volunteers come in, as a group, we decide who needs to be working on what, and that's the way we work around.
All right, so we have Skendi Kernizan. He's been giving me a hard time because I can never pronounce his last name. AFH Design Fellow, and Dominique Moore, a volunteer with AFH here with us. Welcome, guys, to the first Students Rebuild webcast. We're really excited to speak with you today. Perhaps you can tell us a little bit more. How did you get involved with Architecture for Humanity?
I got involved with Architecture for Humanity through a posting that I saw online through Cameron St. Clair. And through that, I knew I grew up here in Haiti, so this is home. And he wrote back, I sent my resume, and he said, oh, you're interested in coming down. So I've been down here since April, so that's how I got involved with them.
And how long have you been away prior to April?
Prior to April, I was in Philadelphia from 2003 to 2008. Okay. And so it's been 5 to 6 years since, but I've been coming back and forth. So it wasn't really away from it, but not as often as I used to be.
Fantastic. Thank you. And Dominique, what about you? What brings you to become a volunteer at the AFH Maison?
Well, after the earthquake, I was looking for ways to get involved with the relief effort, and so I just started researching different organizations, and I actually came across an AFH video with Skendi in it on the work that they were doing here in Haiti. And, you know, the idea of this NGO bringing architects and designers and engineers and the community together just kind of really made me want to get involved more, so I signed up, and here I am.
So how long have you been here on the ground volunteering?
So far I've been here for 5 weeks, and I'll be here till mid-December, so it'll be a total of about 3 months here.
Great. About a quarter of a year. So Skendi, can you tell us more about the projects AFH is involved with here in Haiti?
Sure. We're focusing mainly on schools on the ground. We realize that education is such a big deal here in Haiti, and it's one of the most important aspects of a society, you know, to help regenerate and educate the students here. So we're mainly focusing on rebuilding schools, but we're involved in small projects and housing projects as well. So,
great. So more specifically, Students Rebuild is an initiative to rebuild safer, stronger, and permanent schools in Haiti. Can you tell us a little bit more about the process of school reconstruction? What's the general timeline that our students involved in this project can expect during the school year? And when can we begin to expect construction commencing?
Sure. We've been on the ground since April. The first step to us was reaching out to the schools and around Port-au-Prince that needed help. So we came up with a questionnaire of questions and sent them out to different schools around Port-au-Prince, Jacmel, in immediate areas within Port-au-Prince. So people reached out to us and told us about their schools and how we could be able to help them out. So we did some site visits. One of the main issues is making sure that they had a land tenure title to the land, because that's a big issue here in Haiti. You want to make sure that you're building on a property that is owned by the owner themselves. And from then on, we've been designing. We're working with 4 different schools that Students Rebuild has helped us pick and fund as well. And from now on, we have at least 2 schools that are almost ready in terms of construction documents. So within the next 2 months, we'll break ground and start reconstructing these schools. But at the moment, we're doing site surveys because it's important for us to make sure that the site is suitable for the construction that we're about to put in and make sure that it's not going to fall. So within the next 2 months, we're planning on starting reconstruction, and for the next year or so, we'll have different schools building.
Great. So is École Elie Dubois one of the schools that will be breaking down in the next 2 months?
Yes, at the moment, the way we have it is that Architecture for Humanity, we have a funding. The way we program the schools is we have different phases for each school. So Architecture for Humanity already has funding for phase 1 and 2. So within the next month or 2, we're hoping to start breaking ground. So you'll be seeing changes within the 2 months or so.
So you'll have to go onto the studentsrebuild.org website where Scandy will be filming the groundbreaking and posting up the videos for y'all to see. We have a question from our audience. How has the international community eased the rebuilding process?
Eased the rebuilding process.
Eased.
Well, one thing that's important for us is partnering with different groups. So we have different groups from the international society coming into Haiti and communicating with us. We've been helpful, and they've been very helpful in the sense that we've been updating them with what's going on the ground, and that way they've been able to direct us and give out help. We had students from different universities, actually, parts of the U.S. come down and start with different programs and trainings that we want to do for local architects and designers here, and connecting with the students. So they've been helpful in that sense and helping out with funding as well.
So you touched upon something really important here, the local architects. Can you tell us about how Architecture for Humanity has been building the local capacity here in terms of the local builders and the local architects?
It's important for us to connect with local architects. We have what we call the meet and greet every month. So we invite local designers, contractors, architects to come and meet other local architects and engineers and meet us and learn about what we want to do on the ground and how they can get involved. The main thing for us is finding a right contractor that's going to help us throughout the rebuilding process, you know, using their expertise and in the rebuilding process of the different schools that we're involved in here in Haiti. So that's how we've been connected with them.
All right. So one of the questions is, how do you go about selecting schools to rebuild? As Skendi mentioned earlier, they have to fill out an application. There's a questionnaire process, and you can find out more on the architectureforhumanity.org website. So explore the website and you'll find the link to the application. And we'll also post it up on the studentsrebuild.org website. Right now I want to go over to Dominique. Miss Moore, we were speaking earlier this morning, and she is from New York City, home of G&G. What? Okay, so with that being said, she worked in architecture from a high-end architecture from designing high-end luxury apartments. What were some of the most, and coming to Haiti, obviously a very different picture, what's some of the pleasant surprises you've seen from this country so far, just making a contrast between the two very different environments in which you lived in?
I think one of the major things that I've realized here is, one, of course, the material and options to build are much more limited than we usually had in high-end residential. So I think that coming up with different ways and designing, coming up with different ways to design with the products and materials that you have and the limitations that you have here has been quite a challenge. You know, prior to this, I was used to projects that had virtually no budget, and coming here, it's like budget, 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 budget. So you can have a great idea, but can you make it work with what we have?
Sure.
So that has been quite a challenge for me here. So it's actually been a great learning experience as well.
You know what, you just perfectly segued into one of the questions that our audience members have. Is there any limitations for rebuilding? And it sounds like the answer is budget. She said she didn't work with a budget before, but I think what she meant was the budget was limitless,
right,
where the budget here has a limit to it. So can you give us a specific example about the limitations and how you go about finding a resolution to these limitations?
Well, one of the examples, for instance, we're working on a school in Pele right now, and we've come up, Skendi here has come up with a great design for the roof that will incorporate sustainability, rain collection, and implement ideas like that. So one of the challenges is finding how can we design it based on how many pieces of wood members do we need to make this truss. So, you know, coming up, sitting down with engineers as well as architects, designing it, saying this is how much we need for structure stability, and then going out into the local community and saying where can we get this and how much does it cost. So it's been a lot of back and forth between our office and just going out there and finding the resources and the materials and coming back and making it all happen.
Great. I mean, it certainly sounds like a challenge after challenge after challenge occurs here in Haiti in terms of the school rebuilding process. Skendi, how much does it cost to rebuild a school here?
Good question, Grace. The answer is this. It depends, first of all, on where the school is located, depending on how much material is available and what's available on the site and around the site. right now, just to throw out a number, just an idea of what the classroom looks like, it's about, let's say, $400 to $500 for a classroom in general. So a school could range from like 200,000 to 300,000. So, but like I said, it depends on the school and where it's located.
So a question here is, how many building projects is AFH taking on in Haiti? Can you give us a number?
The number.
Besides too many.
Right now we've selected 4 to 5 schools that we're designing and going forward with, and along with that we have 2 small homes that we're designing as well for a family of 16.
Wow.
So so those are the projects that we're tackling and keeping on with at the moment. So
great. So just a couple thoughts here. First off, it sounds like budget is one of your biggest limitations. What's really exciting about the Students Rebuild project is, as a student, you have the opportunity as a middle school student or high school student to raise the funds that will go directly towards Architecture for Humanities work here in Haiti. As I mentioned, the school behind me, we're in the cafeteria of École Elie Dubois, and the school has been damaged by the earthquake, and some of the funds in which you will raise will be going towards reconstruction of the school. So we're talking about a direct involvement here through your fundraising efforts. Okay, so it sounds like we can all be a part of the solution here.
Yes, definitely.
So challenge after challenge, as we mentioned, is something that's commonly stumbled upon here when we're talking about school reconstruction. Give us a little hope here. What are some of the big wins that you've encountered to date, and what are you looking forward to in the next 6 to 8 months?
Sure. I kind of touched base on some of the wins so far, especially connecting with the local designers, contractors. We've put together a training program for the architects and designers that are interested in learning different programs on the computer like AutoCAD, Revit, and so forth. And class started today actually. We had a pretty good class of people learning and designing at the moment, so it's been great. We've met a lot of different volunteers coming down here, which is great because we have so many people on the ground at the moment helping us out and helping us design and tackle some of the schools that we're going to design. So the process is there, we have the system in place, and the funding is coming in. So it is challenges after challenges, but we're staying positive and we're moving forward with it. So
absolutely. And I just want to give a big shout out to the volunteers. They've been working their brains out as we're living with them right now. So we see how hard they're working every day, and it's majority volunteer operated with 4 to 5 residents, long-term design fellows such as Skendi. So thank you so much for spending time with us today, Skendi and Dominique. It was so great just to hear a little bit more about what's going on the overview end. One last question actually. What can we expect in February?
What can you expect in February? In February you'll see some construction, some rebuilding taking place, especially this school, Elie Dubois, and you'll see some of our designs going up by February.
Great. We're looking forward to it. All right, last but not least on our program schedule. So one of our trips here, Global Nomads Group's trips here down to Haiti, we discovered 3 young, amazing men who have a passion to bring the knowledge of the streets of the ghettos here from Haiti to the world. And they call themselves TeleGhetto. So we're gonna go ahead and roll a clip, a short piece they produced.
Oui, monsieur, par rapport avec le sujet élection, ça, nous connaissons le pays a sauté un gros choc pendant le 12 janvier, et puis il y a un cyclone qui frappe l'autre jour là. Qui sont états doit fait pour l'élection ça là? Est-ce qu'elle doit fait ou bien qui changement doit porter s'il fait?
Bon, si l'élection a fait, parce que je n'ai pas de problème avec l'élection a fait, il suffirait que moun sa lui-même qui prend le pouvoir, lui-même parce qu'il faut le penser avec Haïti. Il faut penser avec Haïti parce que nous ne pas prêter parce que dans la crise locale des Antilles, c'est pour nous arrêter parce que avec l'appel des Antilles encore qui pourrait retourner parce que ça nous avons besoin parce que nous sommes capables de retourner dans nos grands mètres là pour nous retourner. Mais je dis jeunes parce que rester très créatifs parce que c'est eux-mêmes qui prennent la relève parce que le pays, c'est eux-mêmes qui mettent le pays. Pour retirer les gens battant côté parce que 24 septembre 2010, c'est un plus gros problème qui était pour nous. Après nous finissons prendre 12 janvier qui est plus gros problème qui pour nous.
Eh bien, vous pouvez appeler nous non s'il vous plaît.
Bon, moi-même c'est Wilson Bonhomme parce que alias Simon 2, moi-même son artiste, moi chanter m'a chanter.
Ok, merci. Oui, merci.
All right, so I'm just going to ask for about 20 minutes more of your time. As I mentioned, this portion here is something you don't want to miss. It is with my pleasure to introduce TeleGhetto Haiti. We have Romel, Stevens, and Alex straight from the ghettos of Port-au-Prince, Haiti. So tell us about TeleGhetto. How did it begin? How did this idea occur? And please introduce yourself to everyone here.
Mon nom c'est Steven Siméon. TeleGhetto va naissance le 16 décembre. Dans le ghetto de là qui était fait à Haïti. Côté nous avons un pile monde qui était avec caméra. Nous-mêmes, nous pas de caméra, nous créons propre caméra par nous. C'est là ça que les ghettos de la naissance.
Qui c'est ça?
Qui c'est? Steven Siméon.
My name is Steven Simeon, and on December 16, 2009, we has been founded TeleGhetto. That was the Ghetto Biennale in Haiti.
All right, so Stevens is showing us the camera that they use when they go out in the streets to capture live footage. So here we have their video, the symbol for TeleGhetto. This is a really clever camera. This is like a plastic oil container. And they use this to film their live broadcast from the streets. So Alex, Stevens, and Romel, tell us about your roles within TeleGhetto. What do each of you do here?
Dans chaque rôle dans TeleGhetto.
Bon, non pas c'est Romel Jean-Pierre, moi des caméra originale TeleGhetto. C'est moi qui transmettre vraie image.
Même c'est Steven Siméon encore, mais c'est caméraman TeleGhetto.
Moi, c'est Alex Lou, c'est reporter TeleGhetto.
Okay, so we have Romel and Stevens, cameraman 1 and cameraman 2. Alex Louise is the TeleGhetto reporter. So usually he's on the hot seat right here doing all of the interviews. So what is the objective of TeleGhetto? What are your goals?
Qui goals? Bon, but TeleGhetto, c'est pour que nous soyons exemple dans le monde vidéographique. Exemple, pour nous montrer culture nous et peut-être culture en pile monde qui parle voir au chapitre et peut-être une plus populaire que l'émission faire une fois.
Our objective in TeleGhetto is to become more popular in the videographic world. Just express ourselves.
But prior to that, why did you create TeleGhetto? And this goes to the question, how are young Haitians responding to the international media's portrayal of Haiti? How are young Haitians, just like themselves, responding to the international media's portrayal of Haiti? I think this question really ties into why they decided to create TeleGhetto, and I'd like for them to share this with the rest of you all here.
Bon, c'est Alex comme c'est reporter TeleGhetto. Nous décidé de créer TeleGhetto, c'était pour montrer l'autre chaîne Haïti d'abord et qui ça au café pendant tout le monde possède un bagage, yo pas posséder eux-même, qui moyen au ka fait pour montrer faire passer eux-même tout ça au sentir.
We created TeleGhetto just to show that to other youth in Haiti that when they don't have anything to do, they just can be creative. They can create things just to see how they can do something.
And previously when we met on an earlier date, you mentioned how you viewed the international media, you saw their perspective on how they showcased Haiti, your country.
Donc nous dit exactement comment les médias internationaux là montré présenter Haïti et vous avez une vision sur ça.
And as a result, that motivated you to create TeleGhetto.
ça a été une source de motivation pour nous pour créer TeleGhetto. Nous avons dit immédiatement que la consolante de la
Oui, exactement.
So tell us why. Give us, what was your response? What do you want to showcase to the world? How do you want to show Haiti to the rest of the world?
Donc comment on implémenter Haïti à travers le reste du monde?
Là, nous finissons de créer TeleGhetto pendant le Ghetto Biennale là. Pour nous prolonger avec TeleGhetto, c'était pour pas faire polémique, non, mais c'est montrer et tout ça médias étrangers là entrer ça ou pas montrer plus facilement ou plus montrer au monde qui souffrir au lieu d'aider monde. Nous-mêmes nous toujours voulons montrer tout ça qui est bon et tout ça qui est mal, tout ça qui a fait bon et tout ça qui a fait mal dans le pays.
During that day, Haitian Biennale, December 16, we just use that day just to show to the world. For example, the international media, they show exactly the negative things in Haiti. They can show, for example, people are suffering, but they don't help people with it. But we try to create TeleGhetto just to create a kind of balance, just good thing and bad thing, right thing, wrong thing, just a balance, not only negative thing.
Fantastic. So I think what they really want to do is just show a positive spin from their perspective, coming from the ghettos of Port-au-Prince, how beautiful this country is and how absolutely astounding and the people are here, full of generous spirits. And one other thing I do want to mention is just how arts is such an influence to the culture and the people here in Haiti. Right below, beyond just being reporters, they are also artists. So I want to take some time to show you some of their artwork here.
Sure.
And is it safe to say art has really influenced your life?
Est-ce que nous pouvons dire que l'art a influencé vie?
Yes.
Yes,
Parce que
resounding yes.
Pour moi c'est une autre méthode pour me communiquer. Égal, influencer vie en pile.
Yes, I can say art influenced my life because to me it's another way to express, it's another another communication way to me.
So unfortunately we are out of time here, but I want to quickly showcase a couple things. When they're creating their art, they're literally dumpster diving, finding old tires, finding an old cooking utensil, and they're repurposing it with this art that you see here. And this art is something that translates to their culture, either something to do with Haitian voodoo or just different ways they feel that they can express themselves through this medium here. So thank you, gentlemen of TeleGhetto. They will be populating our Students Rebuild website with more stories, more films from the Haitian youth perspective. As promised earlier, we are going to revisit the poll results. 76% of you answered correctly. 60% of the young people here in Haiti are under the age of 25. So what does that mean for the 5,000 schools that were destroyed and the 2.5 million students who have now lost access to their education? This is your opportunity to become involved in a very, very important initiative. Once again, Students Rebuild is a call to action for young people around the world to create teams to help rebuild safer, stronger, and permanent schools. For every dollar you raise, the Bezos Family Foundation will be matching up to $2,500, dollar for dollar, to help rebuild schools in Haiti for a total match of $500K. So what that means is if you raise $1, that turns into $1 million project. I cannot think of a more exciting and even easy way for you to become directly involved in school reconstruction in Haiti. So stay tuned, visit the studentsrebuild.org website until our next webcast in February of 2011. Thank you so much for your time and thank you for joining us today. We hope to see you soon.